Hi guys, next in the series of Week in the Life with a couple of key messages to come out of this one. But busy week this particular week. Mondays, as I say, usually clear days, but wasn't a clear one this one. My tooth fell out. I managed to eat some ciabatta and my temporary tooth is going to be refixed. Managed to come out in the sandwich over the weekend. So I had to go to the dentist first thing in the morning. I spoke to a guy actually who reached out about the homelessness event. This was a guy that was at university, decided to drop out of the course. He got kicked out of accommodation, had a few kind of mental health issues, a bit of depression, ended up being homeless, all right? No drug problems or alcohol problems or whatever, just actually because of life circumstances, ran out of money, couldn't get a job, found himself homeless, managed to turn things around and, real inspirational story. And he reached out about the event that we're running on the 3rd of July and just said he thought it was amazing that there was people like me and Crisis and others that were doing stuff to help end homelessness. So he's going to come along to that event and potentially share his story with people, which will be great. Did some stuff on Peace One Day and with Pro Peace. That day, I had a meeting with Richard Davies from Platinum, then spoke to Richard Lambert, the CEO of the National Landlords Association on Monday afternoon. Know Richard really well through the tenant tax campaign, or Axe the Tenant Tax. He was a great supporter, still is a good supporter. But he was saying, interestingly, that they're seeing the rentals market, number of landlords, lots of landlords still exiting the market. Buy-to-let properties for sale are achieving about 10% of the asking price. Historically was running at about 8%, but it's actually increased to 10% as Section 24, lettings fee, Section 21, more of these things kind of come out from the government, then more and more landlords are selling up and selling out, which is kind of interesting. Tuesday, early morning meeting, breakfast meeting with Natalie Windsor and Emma Delane about the PPP National Workshop, about the commercial program, about Affinity, about alumni partners and the program and those sorts of things. Call with my accountant, Chris. Then we had our weekly meeting with PPP, partner recruitment. Then I met the new CFO of Platinum and Bolton, really, really bright guy that started there, Andy. We had an operations board meeting, which we do with the whole management team from PPP. Open surgery session, that's for staff, the senior staff that want to come and speak to me and the MD Mike about PPP stuff. Then we've got sort of stuff going on with sales and marketing at the moment in Platinum. Got a load of new projects going on there. And then Mike and I, the MD, had a good catch up. Wednesday, started the day with exercise as per usual. Then we had a Zoom call about Charlie, my son, who's 17, his internship. So that was good with Sue Whittle, doing an amazing job coaching, and Neil Meldrum, who is supporting with that. Then I went up to London Wednesday evening for the CEW board event. What is CEW? Cosmetic Executive Women. And I'm obviously not a woman. Men are allowed to join. So we went to the Estee Lauder head office in London, and I was only one man amongst about 60 women. That was a kind of a novel experience. Cosmetic Executive Women is the beauty industry, the health, beauty, fitness industry. Some real common trends actually in terms of just business generally. Kind of the whole vegan thing is getting very, very big. Sustainability, anti-plastics kind of movement, having a big effect on all industries, but the beauty industry. Companies needing to be more and more purpose-led and values-led and having stories about how they're making a difference in the world, not just about selling products. It's just like this massive shift that these people are seeing, and they're actually saying if you're not doing this, then people are not buying your products. They're seeing their turnover and their profitability declining. So really interesting to see consumer needs, desires, wants, behaviors now really starting to hit the bottom line of major companies, and they're starting to stand up and take notice. So that was kind of interesting. Great meeting with Jeremy about Peace One Day and the impact profile, with Phil Geraghty from Crowdfunder, who's supporting some of Jeremy's team. So yeah, really good creative and planning session going on there. Then I did a short kind of mentoring session with Claire Miller and two of her staff in Whoop. Whoop Digital. We then had our weekly CEO meeting, Bolt Digital, Tash and I and some of the team. We found a new team PA, Sasha from France, who starts tomorrow. Probably already started now. So that was great. Went through a quite rigorous interview process, tried loads and loads of CVs, lots and lots of different interviews. Found somebody that we think will be absolutely awesome for Bolt Digital, doing sales admin, PA kind of stuff for Tash and for me when I'm up in London, obviously separate to the stuff that Steph does. Then I met a PPP franchise partner at Waterloo on the way back home, potential PPP franchise partners, just talking about their circumstances and how for them it's probably right that they become affinity partners. And then Friday was the Champions Day. Advocates, ambassadors for PPP, people that have made referrals, that are great supporters of the organisation. We had 13 of those guys out on the boat in the morning and the afternoon. Nice lunch all together, which was great. And that really is the, for me, the key point from this particular week is just upgrading and expanding your network. All right. In Strategic Coach, they talk about your top 20 and your farm club. Top 20 are the top 20 contacts for the next quarter. Who are the most important people for the next 3 months for you? And then your farm club is a list of people that beyond 3 months are relationships that you want to nurture, that you want to develop. So, for example, for me, it took me a long time to get to know and build trust with the CEO of the National Landlords Association, the biggest landlords association in the United Kingdom. I think they've got 60,000 plus members at last time I checked. Okay, so actually building that relationship with Richard through the AXA tenant tax campaign, keeping it going, getting him to come and speak at the Ending Homelessness event. That's something that he's really supported me in kind of pivoting and saying, right, where do we go next with the tenant tax? Well, actually, homelessness is something that we can all agree on shouldn't be there, shouldn't happen. Okay, so nurture those relationships. Think about those people that maybe you've lost contact with, but, just reach out to them, have a phone call, maybe offer to go out for a bite to eat or take them out for dinner or coffee or something like that. All right, so think about continually upgrading and expanding your network, not just about new people, all right, but also existing relationships that maybe have gone a little bit cold. So I challenge you to think of 1, 2, 3 people that you want to reach out to just like I did with Richard on Monday, just keep the relationship going, find something else, just another touch point to remind them that you are there. In addition to things like Cosmetic Executive Women, never did I think I would be sitting in a room of 60 women having these little kind of round robin meetings with the marketing director of Estee Lauder and somebody else from some other kind of beauty brand and learning about skincare and menopause and all different sorts of things that I never thought I would ever kind of learn about. But it's just really interesting to see the different connections between different businesses and different industries and some of the common themes. That's really useful. So get out there. Too many people, I think, spend too much time on their own, at the home, in their own office or in familiar environments. So get out there, upgrade and expand your network. That is the key message from this week in the life. See you soon. Bye for now.